Hello, my name is Laura Wall, and today I am presenting my demonstration technique. So what I chose to do for my technique was to utilize essential oils. I use essential oils for pretty much everything every day, and they've made a huge impact in my life. I have an autoimmune condition, so they help with physical things like pain, but I also have anxiety and things related to that, so they're able to help with emotional things as well. So I think this is a great technique to use with clients of all ages. As I shared my attachment, which please feel, kids find it really fun. It's something that they can do hands-on. It's something you can do with them. It is safe. So, kids can benefit from it as well. I do it with my nieces and nephew when they're having some difficult behaviors and we need to kind of calm down the mood, or they're having a hard time sleeping and my sister-in-law texts me saying, "Help, what can I do?" There's a lot of reasons why they can be super beneficial. Relative to this course, I think there's a lot of ties between some of the essential oils that I use and helping clients that are recovering or suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder or trauma. I think, as I talked about in my attached paper, scents in general, our body often, our mind often connects to events. So sometimes I think that by having scents going in therapeutic sessions, it can be helpful to help bring the client to the present. I think it can be grounding, when doing those techniques like outlined in our Rothschild text, for having the client to be able to say, what do you smell right now? What is going on in this room? To kind of bring them back to where they are right now, instead of that traumatic occurrence that might be interfering with their thoughts. Also, in terms of trauma, I think that the oils can also help physically. If you're in kind of that the spell of reliving that post-traumatic stress, things like your blood pressure might go up, or you might get really hot, or your heart might start racing. Oils have properties to them, certain oils have properties to them that can help with these kinds of things. One of the properties in lavender, which is one of the oils I'll talk about today in my demonstration, does work to lower blood pressure amongst 5 million other things. So this is something that you can use for even right in those moments of the traumatic occurrence, to not only use in your office to help ground your client, but also to be able to teach your client to use as a tool when they're outside of your office. From kind of a self-care standpoint, I think essential oils have a lot of benefits to practitioners and therapists and counselors themselves. The work we do is hard, it's intense, it's emotionally powerful, and it can leave us, with some intense emotions ourselves. So I think by utilizing essential oils as a practitioner as well, we can help our clients better by taking better care of ourselves. I use essential oils in my car rides. I will diffuse in my car in between client appointments because it relaxes me, it lowers my heart rate, it kind of recharges me so that I can step back into my next situation rested and having had spent a few moments caring well for myself. I think in your office it can be helpful. I know for me sometimes that secondary trauma, the vicarious trauma of just thinking through the cases that I'm working on and my clients, sometimes makes it difficult for me to sleep. Sometimes when I finally do lay down to rest, that's all that's going through my mind. So there are certain essential oils, which I'll talk some about in my demonstration as well, that can help with things like sleeping. Lavender, again, is great for that. So I will be showing 3 different uses of essential oils in my video today. I'll be using 3 oils as well. I'll be showing a roller bottle that's very portable, something you can stick in your work bag, in your purse, in your wallet, in your car, that you can use kind of anywhere you are, or a client could use anywhere they are. A second option would be a body scrub. So it's with sugar and oil and essential oils as kind of a self-care, a relaxing modality that you can use to encourage your clients to do it after they may have had a difficult session, or you could do as well. And then thirdly and lastly, I'll be helping you make a spray. I particularly use this spray in my room, in my car, and it has lavender and in it, and that is really calming, really relaxing, and it helps to help you sleep. Again, these are things that can work great with kids, the middle-aged population and the older population. Everybody really seems to love them. So the 3 oils that I will be talking about and showing today, one is Peace and Calming. Peace and Calming is a blend. There are a number of different oils in Peace and Calming, but together they work to really promote emotional balance and relaxation. The next oil is Stress Away. This is another blend. It has lime and vanilla and some other really great oils that can help with reducing anxiety and taking away that stress and helping you calm down. And then lastly, I have lavender. Lavender, if you're going to buy an oil or use an oil around in your life, lavender is a great one to have because it really does work for so many things. It works for if you burn your hand cooking, and it also works for if you're having an anxiety attack and need to calm down, or if you can't fall asleep at night because work has been really hard, or the traumatic event that you've experienced in your life makes sleeping really difficult. So the supplies that you'll need, I'm just going to raise this up just a little bit. The supplies that you will need are a measuring cup, some kind of empty container, witch hazel, almond oil. You can use really any kind of oil. Some people prefer like grapeseed oil or I don't know, whatever kind of oil. People can use vegetable oil if that's all you have. That works too. It's really meant just to be a carrier, just something to kind of thin out the oil. I have a spray bottle here. I have an empty roller bottle. And I have sugar. And then the essential oils. So first, I'm going to show you guys how to make a roller bottle. That is what I think is the simplest. It's super easy, and I like to put into my roller bottle Stress Away and lavender. So what you will do is you'll take your oil, you're going to put it into the container. I like to put about 5 or 6 drops of each in this size container. You can add more if you like a stronger scent, or you can put fewer if you like it to be a little weaker. So I'm going to add that in. Okay. And then I'm going to add in the lavender. Same thing, I add about 5 or 6 drops depending on how strong you want it to be. Okay. And then you're going to take your whatever oil you're using as a base or as a carrier oil. So I'm using almond oil today. And you're going to add that right into the dropper. This part gets a little messy, so bear with me here a second. Okay. Paper towels here to kind of clean up anything that spills. If you have a funnel or a dropper, that can make it a little bit easier with the almond oil. But I try to keep the the necessities limited here, so it didn't get too complicated for you guys. Then you'll get a roller bottle lid. I got these roller bottles from Amazon. You can get them really from anywhere, but these are the ones I like. So the lid just gets kind of snaps on there. And then I recommend you just kind of gently shake it up, roll it between your hands, do something to kind of mix up the oil. And then you have a roller bottle that you can use, that your clients can use. If I was really overwhelmed, if I was having a stressful day, if the traumatic event that is part of my history was kind of creeping back up on me that day, I needed to kind of calm down, you can roll this right on yourself. I like to roll it on my wrists, on my chest, on the back of my neck. If you have someone at home that can roll it on your spine, along your back, that can be really helpful and calming too. And it smells good, so it's kind of a win-win. So that's the first one. Super simple, easy to make, and a little bit goes a long way. That lasts quite a while, so that's also really nice. So next I'm going to show you the spray bottle. So again, I get these off of Amazon. Super easy. I like to use glass products because certain oils have citrus in them, and the citrus can destroy plastic. We're not using any. Well, some of them are. So, like I said, I prefer to use glass, but everybody has their own preference. So in the spray bottle, I'm going to put lavender and peace and calming in. So you can use as many drops as you'd like. I use about 10 to 15 drops total in these spray bottles, sometimes 20. It depends how strong I want it to be. So I'm going to add in my lavender. And then I'm going to add in my peace and calming. Okay. And then you're going to add in 1 part water and 2 parts witch hazel. Witch hazel helps it not be as wet. It dries a little bit quicker than water, so that's why I like to use more witch hazel than water. But some water's okay. So pour that in here. Okay, so that's poured in, and then I'm going to pour the witch hazel in to fill it the rest of the way. So witch hazel is a little easier and less messy than the oil because it has a nice little spray cap on it. But then once that's all done, you're going to put on your lid and overflow it a little bit because I added just a little bit too much liquid. And then you have a great spray. It's the same thing, kind of just roll this up gently, glass, so you want to be careful. Then you have a spray bottle. I recommend people that are having a lot of stress and anxiety, I spray this in my car. You can spray this on your bed, on your sheets, on your pillow, in your room, in your home, in general. Maybe you have a child that's really struggling with anxiety and you just want to kind of keep it an environment that is relaxing. You can use that. So the last one that I'm going to show you is how to make a sugar scrub. I'm going to go a little quick on this one because I'm running out of time here. For the sugar scrub, you're going to put half a cup of sugar. Okay, so here's your sugar in your container. You're going to add half a cup of your oil. So I'm going to pour that in here. Okay, pour that in. And then you can choose what oils you would like to add into your sugar scrub. I like adding lavender. I think lavender is just really calming. It lowers your blood pressure. It can help with stress and anxiety, and it's relaxing. So at the end of the day, it can be really nice. So I add anywhere from 10 to 15 drops, depending how strong I want it to be. Okay. and then you would mix it up. And I failed to bring some